The Isle of Wight Literary Festival is a beacon on this small island of ours. It allows authors to come and discover the beauties of the Isle of Wight. It allows authors to get together and say, how was it for you? And to discuss with each other the technicalities of writing. Do you use a notepad and write longhand, or do you use a laptop? We're all curious to know how each other do it. But it is also a chance for you, the reader, to come here and meet your author and to listen to them. And somehow it gives you an added dimension on a book when you can see an author speaking about it. Not all authors, of course, are brilliantly articulate. They are articulate on the page. They don't always articulate their thoughts verbally. And that, to me, is as interesting as anything, because you get the measure of the person, and sometimes you're surprised by how articulate they are, but also sometimes about how much less comfortable they are in a large group of people. Writing is often described as a lonely craft. I would argue it's not so much lonely as solitary. You're in a room, generally speaking, on your own. I write in silence. Some writers write in cafes with hubbub and noise going on around them. Others write with music going on. I can't do with anything except solitude and silence. And I was encouraged to write fiction by two great writers, Gilly Cooper and Rosamund Pilcher. And when I finished my first book, I rang Ros Pilcher and she said, you've just said goodbye to all your friends. And indeed, that's what it's like. You do feel that you know these people you're writing about. You're a part of them. They are, after all, speaking through you. And yet, you've never met them in person. And I think fiction in particular will always be a fascinating subject. Where do the ideas come from? Who knows is the answer. But they do give you a voice as a writer and give yourself a chance to voice other people's opinions as well as your own. Always interesting, I think, when you're writing fiction, when dialogue is being spoken, certainly from my point of view, you become the person who is speaking, regardless of gender or of mindset or of opinion. You can espouse, and you must espouse, the feelings and the opinions of the person who's on stage at that particular moment. And I rather enjoy doing that, I suppose, in a way. It's a kind of therapy. Get your pen out and have a go.